What is going on, everybody? I am KDog618 and today we are back playing Rime. Last time we left off we ended up losing the fox and Robert, and it just seems like a whole lot of sad for no reason. And this is where we left off. Let's go to the upside down. Oh, Stranger Things, now that I think about it. The upside down. Oh, I was right. The dude it looks to be my dad. I guess my character can't remember his dad, and that's why it's a shadow figure. But the son fell overboard. That's bright. Trying to go down these side doors, but I can't. What is... Oh no. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad.
Viento a viento va, durmiendo al sol. Un guiño de luz se perdió. Tu cuerpo se hace vientre, estatua transparente. En arena oscura esperarás. Viento a viento va, bailando el mar. Esta sola voz se quebró. Pájaros de sal, ciegos de llorar, vuelven a volar. Viento a viento va este pequeño temblor que jamás gritó. A la luz, al árbol, aleluya. A la voz, al aire, al final. Y así este viento va girando. Y así este viento va, se fue. Y así este niño va llorando, llorando.
What's going on, everybody? I'm KDog618 and we just finished the game Rime. The ending had me very confused as to what was going on and what the story was all about, so I decided to do some Googling, and this is an article by Robert Purchase. I'll put a link in the description. But Robert Purchase says that Rime's the story of a father moving through the 5 stages of grief. He's slowly accepting the loss of his son who swept overboard during a storm. Rime begins in denial, swept up on an island, unsure of who you are and where you are. It's like childhood, you're unaware, carefree, there's nothing pushing you to go forward, you're able to run around, you're able to mess around with the pigs, climb, explore, everything's fine and everything's okay. Eventually, you'll be drawn, though, to the big white structure dominating the island. The tower is always there. In quotes, tower is always there. Activating the tower, though, can be looked at in another way. The child you see is a trespasser. Everything was going fine, and then the kid showed up and awoken the tower, which moved the sun, and the island was not pleased. After the boy climbs the tower the first time and ventures down the hallway through the giant keyhole of beaming light, the world changes for the first time, and denial gives way to anger. Which seems obvious. There's a giant angry bird who steals a large golden ball. You need to solve a puzzle. For the father, we call him Manu, is remembering, and his first reaction is, I need to blame someone because it can't be his fault. This is why there are 3 windmills, one underwater, one made of wood, and one sails, and one painted with images of the boy. They represent what the father is trying to blame his loss on. At first, maybe you're blaming the sea because the sea took away your kid. Then maybe you're blaming the boat because it was your way of life. Why couldn't you just be a carpenter? This wouldn't have happened. Then you blame your kid. He was careless and he shouldn't have done that. You were warning him not to. The windmills are destroyed by a storm, the anger. And when there's gone, there's no one left for the father to blame except himself. That's why the bird flies away in terror and the shades appear. Lightning strikes the bird's nest and a flame, it chases the boy but falls and dies. In his anger, the father has killed it. He has also unknowingly destroyed the eggs in the nest. This time, when the boy scales the tower, he finds himself back where he started, at the bottom, but not in a nice, beautiful world like it was before, rather a swamp full of crap. It's bargaining, where you seek help from a higher power, from the sentinel you create, the webcam with legs. Now the shades are aggressive, or they're trying to get you to accept your nature as a shade. Maybe the shades are repressed memories, your bad feelings about sadness and shame. That's why they look like shadows, because you tend to ignore and hide those feelings. And when they're exposed, maybe they want to look like the kid, take back their mojo. While bargaining unfolds, this fox and sentinel you brought to life begin to come close and start leaving you out, which is intentional. You think you're getting into something, but you don't know what. You're not important, it doesn't matter. These feelings accumulate at the end of bargaining when the sentinels are awoken and simply walk off without so much as a nod in your direction. You're just a guest, and your self-worth is now on trial as you climb the tower for the 3rd time to find it flooded with the father's oncoming depression. Rubio, who's the designer of the game, came up with the idea for depression in a dream. One of the nights he couldn't sleep, he had a dream where he was alone in the world, and there was only rain. And the rain was tears, and he couldn't see anything, and everything was invisible. I couldn't see the world around me because I was so deep within my own depression. It's this reduced visibility in the game which masks the fox running off and the sentinels sacrificing themselves to open doors for you. It's in life. Most people, when they're depressed, don't notice the people who are helping. They feel they're being taken advantage and no one understands them, and it's sad. Because these people are the ones who are really caring for you, but of course you can't see it. Sometimes your best friends need to sacrifice so you can move forward. Try as you might, you can't stop the first sentinel, which I ended up naming Robert, for some reason, sacrificing itself on the final door, and scream as you might, you cannot prevent the fox who you later hold in your arms from fading away. Many people told me, "You're a bastard, you killed the fox," says Rubio. No, we created the fox. Nana and the fox fulfilled her duty to you. I guess Nana's the name of the bot, actually. The fox's only purpose in life was to give you hope to accept your nature, and the nature of the kid. And then the shades ignore you at the end because you're one of them. They are the bottom of the father's mind, never to move forward. Depression, as long as hard as it may seem, does not last forever. So when you reach the center of everything and you break your chains and once again life rushes back in. We ended up taking down the 3 chains, and light came in. Everything seemed to be nice. You're a shade, but you're what we call an enlightened kid. Unlike the other shades, you know what? I'm not fading away. I'm gonna stay, and you need to accept me. I'm a part of you. And then the world turns upside down, and you realize that we were on top of the tower, and everything's been happening underwater. And in order to get to the top, you now have to descend. And when you do, you leap. When we fell off the tower, fell forward, a lot of people said, oh, so you need to kill yourself. Rubio, the director, says no, the tower is inverted. The bottom is in fact the sky, the stars. You're jumping into the sky. You're going to the stars because you trust in it. You literally go beyond. It's then, with nothing left to support the fantasy, Rime reveals the truth. You've been noticing this mysterious cloaked figure in the game, and you know he was on the boat, but you realize it's you, literally you, as the father. You now take control of him, and we unlock the door to your son's room and look around at the things I've collected, which I didn't. And the fox. I missed the fox in the room? The representation of the mother in the game. Hope. With the father, the hooded figure, being guilt, and the boy, loss. You turn to leave, but suddenly you see an apparition of the boy on the bed, and you rush to him, embracing him, until finally he fades away, and as you dangle a remaining bit of cloth from the memory out the window in the breeze, you accept his passing and let it go, sending it forth into the new dawn. It was such a good game. The ending made me kind of sad, though, because, I don't know, death is sad. But, everybody, that was Rime. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you liked what you see, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, and as always, I'll see you next time.